To slow climate change, we need massive amounts of clean, reliable electricity. Fission provides exactly that, producing immense power without pumping carbon into the atmosphere. Yet proposals to build new reactors trigger fierce backlash. Digital forums light up with intense debates, quickly centering on the immediate fears of catastrophic meltdowns, radioactive waste, and unchecked corporate greed. This chart shows the statistical death rate per terawatt-hour of energy produced. Nuclear energy's footprint is nearly invisible compared to the towering fatalities linked to fossil fuels. Proponents look at this math, point to the safety records, and dismiss the opposition as victims of propaganda. But these models rely on a variable that can't be graphed as easily as a fuel cycle. They account for the physics of the reactor, but leave out the volatility of the human systems tasked with managing it. Perfect engineering is only as reliable as the people executing it. If those human systems are prone to error or disorganized in a crisis, the most sophisticated design becomes a secondary concern. The physical world routinely tests our smartest infrastructural designs. In 2011, a massive earthquake and tsunami struck the coast of Japan. The reactor designs at Fukushima failed to account for a compounding natural disaster, leading to flooded backup generators and subsequent meltdowns. 4 years later, a 7.8 magnitude earthquake hit Nepal. The tremors instantly leveled historical structures like the Dharahara Tower, reducing massive urban footprints to loose bricks in seconds. Roads disappear under debris, and power grids go dark. Executing a meticulously planned emergency response on the ground suddenly becomes a logistical impossibility. When the concrete cracks and the physical supply lines break, technology fails. Survival immediately rests on the efficiency of human emergency management. In Kathmandu, the earthquake left hundreds of thousands of displaced citizens living in makeshift encampments, desperately waiting for basic shelter and medical aid. As international cargo planes landed, the Nepalese government halted the distribution. Authorities bottlenecked the relief effort by demanding a long list of custom inspections and standard import taxes on emergency items. Crucial supplies piled up behind airport gates. Survivors slept outside in the pre-monsoon rain, while sanitation systems completely collapsed around them. If a government bungles the distribution of tents during an earthquake, the public will extrapolate that failure to more dangerous scenarios. Expecting those same agencies to navigate the high-stakes complexities of a reactor meltdown requires a level of trust that many aren't willing to grant. Distrusting nuclear power is a highly rational response to living in a world governed by rigid, disorganized bureaucracies that fail under pressure. Acute, sudden disasters represent a fraction of the timeline. Fission produces waste that remains lethal for hundreds of thousands of years. During the Cold War, the Rocky Flats Federal Facility in Colorado manufactured thousands of plutonium bomb triggers. The cleanup cost billions, leaving behind a legacy of extreme radioactive contamination. Today, the site operates as a national wildlife refuge. Government reports assure the public that the remaining toxins are safely entombed beneath the soil. Local governments are actively pushing to build public hiking and biking trails directly over the site. Residents, highly anxious about incomplete cleanups and historical infinity rooms where radiation spiked beyond measurable levels, are pushing back. Human societies have a proven track record of rebranding their hazardous mistakes. We prefer to literally pave over the contamination and encourage the next generation to take a walk on top of it. A typical political cycle lasts 4 years. The half-life of plutonium-239 is 24,000 years. Asking a short-sighted human government to safely manage that timeline is a terrifying mismatch of capabilities. The widespread opposition to nuclear energy stems directly from a highly observant societal dread. Users describe this fear as suicide by 1,000 paper cuts. Over time, human institutions prioritize short-term profit, cut corners, and slowly strip away protective regulations. When corporate greed and bureaucratic incompetence dictate infrastructure, the public correctly assumes even the safest reactor design will eventually fall victim to mismanagement. For nuclear power to actually meet global energy demands, the engineering focus has to widen. Designers can't just build better reactors. They have to build more resilient human systems that can survive the pressure of a real-world disaster. Fission works, and the math checks out. Until we can engineer a society that explicitly plans for its own profound fallibility, The ideal energy source will always carry a terrifying human asterisk.